ain't got no time cause I be really out my mind. When the hit don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk, dog, it's a room full of Bryans. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hail the king, make the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get the run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party when I come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the ops and I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the pause. Follow the core and then back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory back up on top and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. Be all over my roster, I got options. I keep it right on the dresser, next to the Oscar. Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my concert, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to the top. Ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, huh? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Tonight we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts
and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, this defense for the Colts, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking downfield, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Now Herbert following the turnover. He completes it to Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To throw again on second down. Herbert over the middle. That's caught by Taylor. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. Looking to throw again on second down.
Herbert. This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Raiders are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to go up top again. He's got him in. Complete.
And And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Watch out now, 50 Fury.
On third down, Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Saquon Barkley.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 40-80.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back.
And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Herbert operating from the red zone.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Hunter Henry. His 1st touchdown of the new season.
And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Raiders 7. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
The Raiders at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Herbert.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. On 4th down, Herbert.
That's complete to Pierce.
And he goes out right around the 39. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Open man, the tight end Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown Colts. A great effort there. 37 yards as his guys have now moved out in front.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
Raiders 14. Jake Bailey.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Complete to number 8. It's a gain of 9.
Here we go.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 47-yard line.
2nd and 1. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A big play there. 53 yards.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But
he's got a man complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Herbert, quick pass out wide. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Herbert now. Touchdown! Alec Pierce. As the first half is winding down.
And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Raiders 21. Jake Bailey set.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards on the pickup.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Herbert on first down now. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, Colts. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
So that challenge, a successful one. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a free-possession game. It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Right, 97.
He'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the tight
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll start out here with the option left. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Herbert's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards.
And the Colts get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Up the middle with Barkley. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Rashawn Gary, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to settle.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
After the run, now Herbert to throw. And his pass, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave him no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5.
Okay, great.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw here. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's A.J. Cole now on, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
It's now 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 55 yards. And the Colts are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Saquon Barkley running right. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Taken down at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Wide open receiver complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Ready.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 53 yards. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Colts, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.